But the Popcom board, for example, advised me that go for the preventive side also. So that means schools have to start comprehensive sexuality education.
At what age kaya?
The
Are you
law says
suggesting any
grade
particular-
5.
Grade 5.
But the comprehensive sexuality education approved by Secretary Briones covers from kinder to 12.
Okay, so that brings us to the same question as with the LGUs, compliance ng schools.
Yes, for the schools, there's still, they've developed, they won't have a standalone subject on sexuality. It will be integrated in all the existing subjects.
But this is being implemented now, this school year.
This school year, yes, but I cannot vouch if it's happening all over the country equally.
Basta
But would
nag-roll
you-
out siya
Yeah.
this
Would you
school year.
expect resistance from, for example, conservative Catholic schools?
I think the challenge for DepEd is more the teachers. Because the teachers have to be reoriented. Some of them are not, comfortable talking about body parts,
Yeah.
sex, etc. So there has to be an effort to retrain them to some extent.
Is there an effort to train them along these lines?
Yes, we've worked with DepEd to come up with how to integrate it in existing curriculum, to develop the materials. So that all happened up to late last year and early this year. So right now, we're thinking about how to bring it down to the teachers.
But what's the barrier at the level of the teacher? Is it just awkwardness in teaching the material? Is it their own personal values that's keeping them from implementing it or teaching it? What are we finding is the limitation right now?
What I hear from Secretary Briones and other managers is, the teachers themselves have to have this kind of orientation, familiarity with the subject. And a certain number of them will have their own, difficulty with the area. But I think
Resistance based on values, you mean?
yeah, but it's bringing down the whole idea. I don't expect that many of the teachers will be against it, but it's commonly said that, well, quite a number of teachers are single, so they may not be that comfortable with the subject. But that can be overcome by a whole teacher training process. Now, that's a challenge for DepEd. They have 500,000 teachers, I think. So getting that done for 5 or 6 subjects from K to 12, that's a challenge for them. And we're hoping that in 2021, not 2020, because the budget's already out there, by 2021, we'll have a full budget for training of teachers. But right now, between 19 and 20, we're looking at how to activate with existing resources. So that's a big part. Also, the out-of-school youth, because if we're talking about teenage pregnancies, a lot of it's happening among the poor, among the out-of-school. So we need to work with out-of-school also. That's on the preventative side. So we must balance the work we do in prevention, community-based, school-based, even health-based, and acting on those who are repeating. So over time, maybe in the next 5 years, we'll probably see good results.
How about cultural barriers? Because there are some communities where marriages with very young girls are sanctioned. Is this a problem? Is this a problem in this program?
Yes, there are regions where that happens more often than we would like. For example, in the BARM region, in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, they will not allow pre-marriage orientation because they do not allow the couple to sit together. So what happens is post-marriage consultation, orientation on family planning, etc.
Yan yung alternative ninyo.
Yeah, they've asked for that post-marriage.
it's okay with
Mauna ang
them.
kasal pagkatapos, tsaka isi-seminar.
Yes, ganun ang sa area nila. And of course, but we're also working on the madrasa school system so that they will integrate the elements of the comprehensive sexuality education even in their system. But they have to really review it. They're looking at how acceptable it will be and such.